Even the brightest comets become instruments of power to those who understand that meaning, not light, rules the sky. When two green comets blaze across the northern heavens, people lift their eyes in wonder, their imagination stirred by a spectacle both ancient and new. Yet beneath that beauty lies a truth Machiavelli would instantly recognize, that human awe is the raw material of influence. The sky is a stage, and those who command its interpretation command the minds that gaze upon it. The comets themselves are silent, indifferent to human affairs, yet their silence invites stories of prophecy, destiny, divine warning, or hope. And in those stories, power is born. For Machiavelli, fortune and virtue are twin forces shaping human life. The comets represent fortune, unpredictable, radiant, beyond control, while virtue is the skill to use their appearance for advantage. A ruler who understands the moment can harness collective fascination to reinforce his authority or to distract from unrest. A modern leader, seeing millions transfixed by this cosmic display, might speak of unity under one sky, subtly positioning himself as the interpreter of wonder. Machiavelli would approve, for he knew that people rarely follow truth. They follow meaning that flatters their longing for order. The comets offer that longing on a celestial scale, wild beauty promising hidden purpose, and the clever will seize it. Imagine the northern skies alive with emerald light, news outlets framing it as a sign of nature's mystery, social media flooding with videos and speculation. In this collective gaze upward, humanity reveals its old weakness, the desire to believe that beauty means something. Machiavelli would see opportunity. For him, power thrives where imagination exceeds reason. The comets, like fortune, can be neither controlled nor stopped, but their narrative can be shaped. The strategist, whether prince or influencer, will not waste time marveling. He will speak with authority about what the spectacle means. To the fearful, he will offer reassurance. To the hopeful, he will promise destiny. To the ambitious, he will whisper that such rare lights shine only for the chosen. In Renaissance Italy, celestial events often stirred fear and reverence. Comets were read as omens of death or upheaval. Machiavelli, living in a world where astrology still guided politics, knew the danger and utility of such signs. He would not dismiss the superstition but master it. If a comet threatened panic, he would frame it as the herald of renewal. If rivals used it to predict downfall, he would proclaim it proof of divine favor. The essence of Machiavellian wisdom is not deception for its own sake, but understanding that perception is reality in the theater of power. In this sense, every glowing comet is a political opportunity waiting to be claimed. In our own age, the comets are no longer omens but data, trajectories, compositions, wavelengths. Science has stripped them of superstition but not of emotional power. The modern prince is no longer a monarch but a figure who shapes narrative through media, culture, and influence. When two green comets appear, they trend, they mesmerize, they unify strangers in digital wonder. And there, Machiavelli's principle endures. Those who define the story define the moment. The influencer who turns cosmic beauty into a message of hope, the government that invokes it as a metaphor for resilience, the brand that wraps it into a campaign about renewal, all are heirs to the Machiavellian craft of turning spectacle into strategy. What Machiavelli would find most revealing is not the science of the comets, but the reaction they provoke. The same spectacle that inspires curiosity in the wise can induce fear or worship in the crowd. The difference lies in who interprets it. The few who remain detached see nature's indifference. The many see significance, and in that gap between fact and faith, power moves freely. The green light across the sky becomes a mirror for human longing, and whoever speaks first about its meaning becomes its master. Machiavelli's enduring lesson is that control over interpretation outweighs control over events. The comets may burn and vanish, but the meanings assigned to them can shape behavior long after their light fades. A ruler, an artist, or a philosopher who grasps this truth can transform the random into the prophetic, chaos into order, spectacle into loyalty. The stars and comets are not political, yet they have always served political ends because human hearts demand meaning in the face of mystery. Thus, even as we watch these two bright green comets streak across the sky with scientific detachment, Machiavelli would remind us that every gaze upward is a chance for power to descend. The light dazzles, but it is the story told about that light that truly governs the world below.